Hey dear ladies and gentlemen, Juan Romero here, and I've got Jordan and James alongside with me on this video. We've picked 5 games each that we're looking forward to in 2021. Now take 2021 with a little bit of a pinch of salt. We're hoping that all of these games do release, but some may of course slip into 2022, which we hope isn't going to happen because some of these games we can't wait much longer for. So without further ado, let's get straight into this one and talk about our favourite looking games of 2021. I begin with Axiom Verge 2. I love my Metroidvania games, and mixed with sci-fi and You Had Me at Hello, the sequel to Thomas Happ's acclaimed retro-style game is due out in first quarter 2021, so we should see it no later than March, or so we hope, and it's one of my personal most anticipated games. How it's going to improve on the very first game and what new adventure this will bring, well, if it matches the first, then we'll be on to a winner. And from the trailer, it's already looking very promising. I cannot wait to play this one.
Rune FActory 5 is quite a surprise for me. I assumed the series had died with the developer, but following on from the 4th game's re-release on the Switch, it looks as though Marvelous have brought it back from the dead, with Rune FActory 5 set for later this year. This is kind of like a Harvest Moon game, but with a much heavier focus on the fighting, which is something I really appreciate. I played the 3rd game to death on my DS, like hundreds of hours worth. Sadly, I didn't have the same time to delve into the 4th game, but I've definitely got my eyes on this 5th one, and I can't wait.
Hey, how's it going everyone? Kicking things off with my first pick, it's one of the kings of horizontal shooters. Yes, it's R-Type. It's back for the first time in 10 years with R-Type 2 Final, and the short trailer has me pumped. It showed off some glossy looking graphics, lots of different ships in the hangar, badass weapons, and some fast-paced action, all set to a pumping backing track. Now, we know there are online leaderboards and an intriguing system where the difficulty scales to your ability. The rights to this series now sit with Granzella, which is a studio made up largely of former Iron members, the original development team from this classic series that stretches back to the 80s, and Kazuma Kujo is at the helm, all of which points to the hope that this is a great game worthy of the R-Type moniker.
It looks like I'm sticking with sequels today because I'm going for Little Nightmares 2, another sequel as I said, but this time in my other favourite genre, horror. Yes, this little person you can control in a yellow jacket reminds me so much of the kid in It. The whole thing was majorly spooky, the first game I'm talking about, but really enjoyable little platformer with puzzles thrown in. A quality atmosphere which is brought to life by the cracking visuals and soundtrack, along with tight and compelling gameplay. The sequel needs to bring more of the same, and I'll certainly be buying this day one, no matter what.
Look, if we can't get a proper Persona 5, then I suppose Strikers will do. This long-rumoured Western localization is finally happening in late February, and it's a crossover between the Persona 5 game and the Masu hack-and-slash style of the Dynasty Warriors games. I haven't personally seen much of it since I don't want to be spoiled, but I hear it finds a better mix of the genres than most. It really does fuse the two together well, and I can't wait to experience it myself. But yeah, Atlas, just give us Persona 4 Golden, yeah?
In July last year at the Nintendo Direct Mini, we had the tantalizing prospect of a Shin Megami Tensei 3 HD remake to look forward to in spring this year, and then finally, after years of waiting, we had it confirmed that Shin Megami Tensei 5, a brand new entry in the series, will be coming out this year. After persistent rumours that Atlus had scrapped the project and deafening silence, this is great news, but why am I so excited about this game? Well, it's based on a series of novels, and the first game came out all the way back in 1987 and set out its flavour, turn-based RPG combat, fighting alongside and against demons, and a darker vibe than the Pokemon series it inspired. The trailer has me excited, and I cannot wait to dip into this Tokyo setting full of demons and mystery.
At number 3 on my list, I've gone for Hollow Knight Silksong. Yes, my list is full of sequels. Now, Metroidvania games, as I've already said, are one of my favourite genres. I just love all the exploration, unlocking new paths and secrets, throwing some awesome bosses and challenging platform sections with all sorts of new skills to unlock with incredible artwork and music. And we have Hollow Knight, which was one of the games that we gave a 10 out of 10 to. Now, Silksong has me and the team biding our time to get our hands in what can surely be an incredible sequel. Team Cherry know what they're doing, and these have been some fantastic DLC content added to the original Hollow Knight, so I'm eagerly anticipating Silksong, and well, is the third most anticipated in my list, although honestly, you could pick any of these and I would gladly take it right now and load it onto my Switch to play.
Balan Wonderland was one of the surprise reveals to me during one of the directs last year. This is made by Yuji Naka, who did Nights into Dreams, and this really shows the influence from that. It looks a bit old school, and I can definitely get on board with it, and March 26th can't come soon enough. Interestingly, it's published by Square Enix, which is not, their usual style of, genre, but let's hope they've backed Yuji enough to realize his ambition in this platforming adventure.
Wonderboy Asha in Monster World is a remake of Wonderboy 4, which was originally released in 1994, and looking at the trailer, it looks as though it's kept very true to the original and added overhauled graphics and perhaps some gameplay refreshes. What excites me is that a lot of the original crew are involved, including Ryuichi Nishizawa, the series creator, and Shinichi Sakamoto, who composed the original tracks too. I thoroughly enjoyed the remake of Wonderboy 3, as well as the follow-up Monster Boy and the Cursed Kingdom. These have proven to be two of the finest platformers on the Switch, so my hopes are really high. Luckily, we don't have to wait too long, as this is expected to come out in March.
I cannot wait for Monster Hunter Rise so I can slay some more monsters with my daughter. She and I loved Monster Hunter Generations, and still to this day we can take up a lazy Sunday afternoon playing it together. We love the Monster Hunter series from Capcom, and after the latest direct we're even more hyped for Monster Hunter Rise. We just cannot wait to play this game, and well, it should be coming soon in March.
Bravely Default 2 didn't warm to me much with the first demo that they released for it, but I decided to hold off judgment for the real thing, because the original Bravely Default was a bloody marvelous game, one of the best the 3DS has to offer. Yes, it had some issues with pacing, but I'm hoping lessons have been learned, and that the great gameplay, with great personality, great visual flair, and absolutely flippantly great music can come together in this proper full sequel. I'm a fan of JRPGs, especially from Square Enix, so as you'd expect, I have high hopes for this one on February 26th.
Next up is Disgaea 6, the first new entry into the series from NIS in 6 years, and it's a beast of a strategic RPG that I love, full of quirky characters. For the first time we have 3D models that look glorious instead of HD sprites. These just look stunning. Oh dude, I cannot wait. If you are unfamiliar with the series, it features turn-based tactical battles. You take your squad of heroes against enemies and need to coordinate your troops strategically. There are combos, millions of skills and classes, and more systems than you can possibly imagine. Yes, this one has a bonkers amount of depth, with items that can be leveled and transformed, and more grinding than you could ever want. It's coming out on the PS4 and Switch in Japan this month, with a Switch exclusive English version being released this summer, and I can't wait for this perfect, on-the-move, strategic epic.
Atelier Ryza 2 is my number one most anticipated game of the year, and thankfully there's not long to go. The original Atelier Ryza was a great JRPG and a massive step up in quality for the long-lived series. It was so successful that they just had to make a direct sequel, and I can't wait to join Ryza and her friends in their second JRPG adventure. If you're into JRPGs, you need this one on your list for sure, and hopefully I can get a review done for it if we have the time. Check out my review of the original to find out why I'm excited about this one.
And in at number one for me, announced all the way back in 2017, and with scarce information since then, it looked as though Platinum Games may have cancelled Bayonetta 3, but that was put to bed thankfully, and whilst it isn't definitely coming out this year, we have our fingers, and indeed our toes crossed, that it does. It's been a long time since we got to play this mad hack slash and shoot beast, and the thought of jumping back in as the Witch Queen herself, slaying down hordes of enemies in a mad quest to save the world to the backdrop of pop culture references, epic battles, and gorgeous graphics is tantalizing. It looks like the guys at Platinum won't disappoint us. I cannot wait for this, and that is why it's my number one pick.
My number one can be none other than Zelda Breath of the Wild 2. After Breath of the Wild, I was pretty much blown away by how much I enjoyed that adventure and the DLC actually that came later on, but I'm even more excited to see what Nintendo does with the sequel, and I'm hoping of course that we do see it in 2021. Please let us know in the comment section down below which of these games you're most looking forward to, and if there's any that we missed on this list that you're looking forward to, just let us know and our community in the comments section down below. We'd really appreciate that. I want to take this opportunity to thank James and Jordan for keeping me company in this list, and for all of you ladies and gentlemen, members, watchers, subscribers, if you're watching still to the end of this video, thank you so much. We really do appreciate all of the support. If you like the video, then please just hit that like button. It really does help the YouTube algorithm, and hopefully we'll see you very soon on the next one, especially if you are new here. We'd love to see you again, so subscribe and hit that bell notification. Take care everybody, we'll see you again on the next one.